Hey guys, War Child Warrior here. I had a thought just a minute ago. I was watching a video and it was talking about, someone was talking about how, society is basically making us feel like we can't participate in anything unless we do the thing and do all the stuff that everybody else is doing, right? So, and how segregation is happening in families and between friends and relationships. And I talked about it. But I was thinking, when we, when we, when a person knows that another person is a child molester or a rapist, or knows that someone has raped someone, or something more common, if someone knows that someone else is in a very abusive relationship to where, verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, any kind of abuse. And so if someone knows of someone else that has done these things or is doing these things or is involved in these things, and they don't say anything or do anything to help that person or to alert someone else that this terrible thing is happening, most people would say that that makes you just as bad as the person doing the act. Because you know something is happening, a crime is taking place. For instance, the woman that was raped on the subway a few months back in LA or New York or something like that. It was broad daylight. She was on a train car full of people and she was being raped by two men on a train car full of people, and they were videotaping it with their cell phones instead of calling 911. The train conductor finally was alerted by the screaming and came back and stopped it. But that's what it took. So that's what I mean. So if you're a person that knows something is happening and you let it happen, then most would say, common sense, logic, most would say that, well, you're just as bad as them because you're allowing it to happen. You're enabling it to keep going. So, if that can be said in a situation like that, family members, friends that go along to get along, or that are okay with you being put into a quarantine camp or a safe facility for people that don't get the V, okay? If they're okay with that being done to you, would that not make them just as bad as the people doing the roundups? Couldn't the same logic be placed in this situation, put here? And that is the question, that is the thought, that is the idea that I'm having. Well, if you have family members, if you have friends that are just going along to get along, and they're okay with you by force being put somewhere or having the thing put into your body, then that makes them as fucked up as the people doing it, doesn't it? Kinda. They don't care enough to stop it. They're too afraid. They're letting their fear control them. They're okay with seeing you put in a place like that. Then does that make them good? If it doesn't make them as bad as the people doing it, then does it make them good? You know? So ask yourself that. You know, if you have a family member, a loved one, a father, a mother, an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister, a whatever, and they're okay with you being put somewhere because you're not doing the thing, you're not going along to get along like they are, then maybe they're fucked up and you need to get away from them and just cut that relationship off. Maybe. Maybe that's not for you. But I think a lot of people are asking themselves those questions right now. I know I am. I'm having to rethink some things, man. And I may be on my own. I may be surrounded by the very thing that I'm trying to stay away from, and I may have to distance myself from people that I have loved and cared about for a long time. People that I've come to call family and friends, loved ones. But if everyone is just going along to get along, and I'm not willing to do it, then what do I do? What do you do in a situation like that? You gotta go somewhere else. Find other people. Find your people. And maybe you might have to do that. Maybe I might have to do that. Anyway, it's Saturday morning, and I'm just sitting here having some tea, watching some videos, and I got to thinking. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope you all are having a nice Saturday. I may or may not be back with another one. If not, I'll see you in the next one. And please stay safe, stay free out there, okay? Keep God in your hearts for whatever that means for you. And just remember, we're all in this together, okay? All right, War Child Warrior, out for now.